Led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
They'll give it to Etienne on the option. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. That's Henry To'oto'o on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Okonkwo. That catch puts him over 100 yards for the game, and we still have another half to go. That catch picks up the first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Second down and 8.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Go, go! Silver.
Back to throw. Lawrence. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Task now, a really tough one.
Right,
3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That one taken in right side by Leggett.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will stay a 2-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
In motion now, it's Collins.
Tony.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That one incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. It's 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Stroud connects with Collins, and it's a first down for Houston.
Here we go. Nike Texas. Under. Hey, south. Hey.
Back to throw. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans draw closer here. It's 21-14. Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Red on red. Here we go.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss. So we've reached halftime here in Jacksonville with the Jaguars out front as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. Check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in our studios with the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Dell motioning over. Stroud going to set up to throw. Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
30 left. Silver.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
In motion now, it's Collins. To throw, it's Stroud. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he is going to score! A pick 6 for the touchdown. Little on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught left side by Cooper. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. That's caught downfield by Cooper. That one good for 26 yards.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A second down throw for Stroud. He's going to take a shot down the field. Going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the
24.
A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
Second down, Lawrence. Here's a shot. toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
On the quick, right?
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing on second down. Stroud. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. In motion now, it's Collins. Here's Stroud. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On fourth down, Stroud. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. That's the safety, Andre Cisco. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Texans 14.
Second down and 3.
Hey, run!
They'll try the right side with Mitchell. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
11. Rip, 23.
Lawrence going to keep this himself. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. you gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Jaguars will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
First and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And the Jaguars will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Red on red. Silver.
Now a give up the middle. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
Hey, easy. Route.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Now they'll pitch it out here. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up. Jaguars ready to punt this one away. That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Simmons.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
24.
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
Hey, Lion.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. On the option, here's Robinson. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is third and 10.
Think right open. Check. Red.
Back to the ground after the penalty. He'll get 4, And down inside the 20-yard line. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Oh, and south.
Now, Stroud. He'll throw it left and has his running back. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Stroud to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's going to have a Texans 1st down. They get it easily. It was 4th and 1, and the pickup was 5.
All right. Why Tony?
Back to throw. Stroud. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by the safety, Tyke Smith.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Red 23.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL